Hi, I'm Misha, and this is my first time in Münster. If you are traveling to Münster, you have the impression that you're going to an island somehow. There are no other big cities around, and it's not like you're taking a railway line and you're automatically going through Münster. You really need to have a purpose to come here. So my purpose is to discover the city as I haven't been here before. What I know about Münster is that it is a historic city. Religion plays a big role. Many people are of Catholic belief. It is also a very academic city. They have a big university here with many students. And if you would ask people, like 100 people on Family Void maybe, what they associate with Münster, they would probably say Tatort, which is the German word for crime scene. And I will explain this a little later. So let's start this tour now. Yeah, I haven't been walking here for a long time, maybe 10 minutes, and I already saw the first thing that I really want to mention, because right behind me you can see there is a store of Titus, and what they sell is skateboard gear. And when I was younger, about 15 years old maybe, I was a lot into skateboarding because of the Tony Hawk franchise. And yeah, Titus was founded in 1978, and it was long before online shopping, so we would study those catalogs every season, and if we could afford it, we would spend some of our pocket money on some new gear or clothing. And it's like a little time travel for me, and just one thing that I wanted to stress out really quickly. There is some sort of barrier between the main station and the city center, probably part of the former city wall. Once I pass it, there are two things that I realize. First, the old buildings are really amazing. I walk towards a small square with the most beautiful church. Little do I know how many churches are still to come. The second thing you can also see in this picture, a cyclist. Münster is definitely a bike city and on a good way to be as bike friendly as your next best town in the neighboring Netherlands. Let's focus on one of the things that Münster is best known for. I have arrived in front of the main building of the Westfälische Wilhelms Universität. This is the official name of the University of Münster and sort of a tongue twister. And by walking here, I passed already plenty of buildings that also belong to the university. They are not all that beautiful or picturesque as the one in the background, but they are also significant, and I will show you a few impressions from these other buildings in the following sequence. The main building is quite impressive, and it features a few nice details. I guess that is just fair for a university of that size. According to my data, it is the fifth largest university by students in Germany, if you ignore the distance universities. Founded in 1780, it has got more than 43,000 students at the moment. You will find much newer buildings in the city. I haven't spotted a real campus, but I guess as more than 15% of the population studies at the university and another significant number works there, you can consider the city itself some sort of a campus. I spotted a couple of typical things like a bunch of bookstores, a large library, and of course, many more bicycles. I mentioned in the beginning that religion is an important part of the life of many people here in Münster. And you can imagine that Münster has got plenty of churches. One of them you can see in the background. It is called Überwasserkirche, which is an interesting name because Überwasser means something like over water. And while there is a helicopter nearby, so there might be a little bit of noise on this recording, I would like to say that I am not an expert. Okay, give it a second. I am not an expert of churches, but what I think is really interesting is that there is a small model over here that shows the destruction in this quarter after the Second World War. And I will show you this model to give you an idea of how massive the destruction was. I just overheard a woman who looked it up on the internet, and it said that the destruction in the center of Münster after the Second World War was around 91%. With this in mind, it is remarkable how the churches look these days. Fantastic. I saw at least half a dozen churches of significant size, and I'm quite sure that I missed a couple. The most important one is the cathedral. On the square in front of it you can find a Wochenmarkt, a market for fresh goods. The city center is also in a really good shape, with the old town hall and a few more old buildings that you can see in this footage. There are two things to mention to put this in a correct light, however. First, despite religion still being important in this area and the city of Münster, the number of church members is dropping constantly and significantly. Second, the rents in the center of Münster are extremely high. I still owe you a fact about the show, about the TV series Tatort that I mentioned in the beginning. You know, if you would ask people what they associate with the city, they would most definitely also say Tatort. And this is because it is a very long-running TV series, more than 50 years now, and it features inspectors from all over the country. And the duo, so they are two guys, Thiel and Boerne, here from Münster, they are especially popular because there is a pinch of comedy in these usually hard topics. So they deal with murder, but still there's something to love about, and I think this is what people like. I haven't found a single trace here in the city, however, which is a bit weird. I thought there would be some, I don't know, some information signs or so, but nevertheless I still wanted to mention this. And now it's time for me to call it a day and to return to the main station. I hope you liked this tour and I hope to see you soon again. Take care. Cheers.